Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Kurt, Sender Rope TV, and I wanted to talk real quick. I was watching this video. I'll try and put a link in the description after the video uploads. It's doing a, what are these called? Webcam automatic upload. But it's a video of a German hunter, and he's taking out wild boars from a stand as they're running across the road. I mean, these things are booking much faster than I could run. And he takes out 5 or 6 of these things, full run, and kills them on the first shot, and they drag themselves, they kind of skid across the road. Amazing. And it got me thinking. We've been in lots of countries over the years. Going back all the way to the Revolutionary War, there have always been sharpshooters. But it's usually been largely dependent on 2 things, 3 things: training, skill, natural ability, and the weapons themselves. Let's go all the way back to the Revolutionary War. They were shooting basically the same rifles, but just maybe higher quality, and they had the skill and then the training to utilize them in a precise way. So you had snipers then, but it was just it was different. And there were very few of them. And you go up into Vietnam era. Slightly better rifles that, say, the Viet Cong was using, Mosin Nagants in a lot of cases, iron sights, occasionally a scope on there, and lots of skill and just the ability to use it. Now, let's look at Iraq and Afghanistan. Yes, there are snipers there, but the hardware that these people have access to is pretty much AKs and some other random stuff. There's very few what I would call precision rifles. Rifles that were designed for hunting, with a scope, with a caliber larger than .223. They can reach out and touch something 300, 500 or more yards. Now, contrast that to what you would experience in America. Let's say that China, I just watched Red Dawn, great movie by the way, go see it. Contrast that to the United States. Let's say the UN sends blue helmets in to keep the peace, whatever. And an insurgency starts up in America by Americans to defend our country and our Constitution and our way of life, because to hell with the rest of the world. You're going to see a whole different ballgame. Something that you've never seen before in the history of warfare. And an American insurgency, they would want to just nuke the country, because we would be so hard. You could never pacify this country. You couldn't. The British could not pacify this tiny little island. In fact, it wasn't even the whole island. It's a little chunk out of an island in Ireland. And let's imagine I'm a blue helmet, and every day I walk out, and I never know if I walk out that door if it's going to be my last. Because you've got guys, if I was to go, at least in this area, and it's not true everywhere, it's not true in the big cities, but if I was to go in any rural area, I could go from, at every other house I went to, somebody would have a precision rifle. And most of those households have people that know how to use those things. So, I'm just saying, I'm a blue helmet and I walk out, and the likelihood of me staying alive is rare, but the morale, the detriment to unit cohesion, when half of my leadership, half of the support staff, every day a new one of them is taken out by some hillbilly in the woods who took one shot. We can't find him because he's smart enough to know he only takes one shot, and then he freaking vanishes like a fart in the wind. What are we supposed to do to stop this? So you're going to start seeing, you'd start seeing desertions, you'd start seeing just outright mutiny, surrender, I mean, you name it. A insurgency in America by Americans is something that we've never seen. And I think that when people look at, well, what are we going to do, and they're really worried and they're afraid, you don't need to be. They're not going to succeed in taking your guns. One, they don't have the House. They need the House to pass any kind of a bill. Even if they were to pass the UN Small Arms Treaty, the only way they would pass that treaty is if they want civil war in America. That's it. because that's what they'll get. You, that's all I'll say on that. You're not going to pass a treaty that says I can't defend my life. That's not happening. So, and not that not having the authority would stop these people from doing it. I just think that unless they're ready for civil war, unless that's their goal, what they want is for America to totally melt down, and that may be the case, but unless that's their goal, I don't see that happening. And let's say it did. Let's say the Small Arms Treaty passed, and I'm pretty sure, I haven't actually read every word of the treaty, but there's probably some lame exemption in there for, hunting purposes or some other thing. And so the precision rifle problem is still there. But I don't know. So it's a different equation here than it would be, say, in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah, you have insurgency there. But one, they're poorly trained. One, they really don't have any natural innate skills. Or two. And then three, they're really just good at blowing stuff up. And so are they a nuisance? Yeah. Are they killing our guys? Yeah. Does it suck? Yeah. But it's nothing compared to what you would see in America, in an American insurgency by Americans. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I was thinking about that. I'll try and put the link down there.